Listen closely to what Pete Hegsdeth is about to tell you here, because it will shed some light on his intelligence.
Fire. It was exploded and fire or smoke. You can't see anything. You got digital. This is called the fog of war. This is what you in the press don't understand.
Pete Hegsdeth is talking about the fog of war, and he's explaining it like it's just smoke coming off the boat. He's a fucking idiot. The fog of war has nothing to do with smoke coming off of a boat that's burning or has just been torpedoed or been missiled or been exploded. The fog of war is the uncertainty of what's going on in battle. Are the orders correct? Did I hear those orders correct? Are we attacking this hill? Are we attacking that hill? Am I shooting at the right people? That's the fog of war. It's uncertainty. It's 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 questioning your own capabilities at times. Situational awareness. This is the fog of war, or the lack of situational awareness. That's the fog of war, not smoke rolling off of a boat. He's a fucking idiot when he says that. Shows you that he's not qualified for this job. He spent years in the military, and I think he won a couple of Bronze Stars, which tells me he's not. I mean, he's a brave man, obviously. You don't win Bronze Stars for, playing hopscotch. I get that. But he is not qualified for this job. That comment and that comment alone tells me that much. If you also notice the man sitting on the left of the screen there, that's the president. Did you notice how much attention he was paying? He's sundowning. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I have a father who's 92 years old who doesn't fall asleep in the middle of a conversation. He's 92. This man is 79. Big difference in the age right there. Now, I know once you get above a certain age, it's hard. It's hard to keep your memory. It's hard to stay awake. But when you're up at rage posting at midnight, the other night he put up 400 rage posts in like an hour's time. I mean, that's got to be a land speed record for Twitter or for his True Social. But don't expect it to get any better. People that get to this point in life don't get better. They get worse. And I don't mean to say this to be mean, but if he makes it to 2028, I would be floored. There's a lot of professional, physical, I should say medical, people in the medical field that are saying that they'd be surprised if he makes it another 6 months. I don't know what's going on with his ankles, if it's deep vein thrombosis, or if he actually has a legitimate blood issue. It looks like he's wearing some type of a machine on his side underneath his jacket. I noticed his jacket's gotten a lot looser on him, so you don't notice it as much. But the man's not getting any better. And when he can't stay awake through the length of his own cabinet meeting, with the press sitting right in front of him and the camera sitting right on him, I mean, I'm surprised someone wasn't reaching over and pinching his leg just to keep him awake. Anyway, don't want to see anything bad happen to anyone, obviously. I think they're both fucking idiots. But at the same time, this man is a danger to our country. And so is Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth is out blowing boats out of the water. And he didn't just hit that boat on September 2nd twice. He hit it 4 times. And he said it was to sink it to the bottom of the ocean. Well, if you hit it once and you have people that are hanging off the side and we're in the middle of a war and then you kill them, that's a war crime. We're not in the middle of a war. Now, if you hit them a second time to kill them, that's murder. Well, and then you hit it a third and a fourth time to sink it all the way. Why wouldn't you bring that boat in? Why wouldn't you bring it in to say, here are the narcotics. This is what we're doing. We're trying to help the American public by preventing these drugs from getting into the United States, but he didn't do that. None of them did it. Did anyone even think about bringing it in just to show, hey, this is what we're doing and this is why we're doing it? Maybe I would have turned around and said, yeah, maybe he's got a point. Disable the boat. Don't just start shooting and killing everyone. Let's find out what's on the boat. Why put it to the bottom of the ocean unless you're afraid to find out that there was nothing on the boat? And I don't care if that boat had 4 motors, 6 motors, or 20 motors on it. It was never going to make it to the United States. It wasn't heading our way. They're out in international waters. They're not in our territorial waters. So why would we have a right to go out into international waters and blow up anyone else's craft? It doesn't make any sense. If Venezuela did that to us out in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, where we are in international waters, what do you think we'd do? Do you think we'd just let it slide? Hell no, we wouldn't let it slide. But Venezuela doesn't have the power to fight back. Now, Donald Trump doesn't like Maduro, and I don't think he's a legitimate president either. But he wanted the previous president out of jail and back in office because, well, he's in prison right now because he tried to overthrow the government and retain control. Do you think maybe Donald Trump has a little something in common with him there? Yeah, January 6th, ring a bell? So Tweedledee and Tweedledummer right there. Neither one of them seem to know what's going on. And they just proved it that cabinet meeting, and they proved it to the American people.